Hi YouTube, Regina here from Simply Fundamental. Earlier this week I was having a conversation with a family member, and that family member said that they had to work an additional years more than their peer. And I was curious because but you get a pension. Like, yeah, but with a pension, you also need to have $500,000 saved to make up the difference. And I'm not going to get to that kind of money. We're just not good with money. And when she said she was meeting her and her husband and said, neither of us are really good with money. And I turned around and said, why? And her response was, I know we should be budgeting. We're just not good. We just go out and we spend our money. So here is my advice. The conversation ended up getting cut short, and I was able to say, you don't have to be bad with money. Growing wealth is really, really simple. First of all, I don't know what anyone needs for their retirement because I don't know their spending per se. But I will tell you this. It is very easy to get in debt, and it is very easy to go the other direction as well. It just takes discipline. The discipline to monitor your expenses. Yeah, tracking is great. Budgeting is great if you're going to do those things. But if you're budgeting, you're really monitoring the money that's coming in and out of your life. And there are other ways to do that. And so my suggestion, and I know there are a lot of apps out there, and I used Mint for the longest time, the free app on Mint. And when Mint ended earlier this year, and I kind of held on to the very last minute, they moved me over to Credit Karma. And so I still have the free version of Credit Karma. And so I'm able to track the income that comes in and the expenditures that go out, because it monitors your use on your credit cards, it monitors the use from your bank accounts, as long as you have those accounts plugged into and give Credit Karma your access to see the transactions. And so I haven't actually budgeted in many, many years. I simply go about living my life, and I spend money, I save money, I invest, and I really just live my life. I've been growing wealth so easily without it being I must be frugal. And the crazy thing is, a lot of people think that my husband and I don't spend money because we have wealth. I think that's a misconception that a lot of people have. Oh, you have money because you don't spend money. And yeah, I don't spend, and we don't spend more than we earn. At the bottom line, that's all there is to it, as well as investing, obviously. But monitoring is such a big part of it. We monitor our net worth. And I did tell her that I've been at my job for 7 years, or approximately 7 years. I'm about, this month will be my 7-year anniversary at my employer. And I told her I already saved, and I'm not trying to boast, but this just happens naturally. I am over 50, so I have what is meant to be as the catch-up. And yes, I do put a little bit above the catch up. I try to put as much as I can into my retirement. Once my retirement max is hit, I then continue and change it to after tax dollars and do that as well. And then my employer puts in for me. But this one employer, and it is quite possible for anyone, I haven't done anything crazy. I simply just have the money taken out of my salary, and I've been able to I'm over $450,000 in 7 years, and that's just one employer. So I'm a 401k millionaire, and you can be too, and she can be too, and anyone can be too. Now, it's going to become much more difficult to become a 401k millionaire if you don't put in the max. Like if you're just putting in 3% is what she mentioned she was doing. Well, geez, that's going to be able to buy you, it's just not enough. It's just not enough. And the crazy thing is people are spending on their credit cards. They're doing other things, and yet they're not putting money in their retirement. You could still spend, you could still go and live your life. But if you have less income, my bet is you're going to live, and if you're a responsible adult, you'll live under that income. Because not everybody has debt, and not everyone has no net worth. As we age, there are people are responsible with their money. But if they don't prioritize savings, they're simply not going to become as wealthy as they could be and have to work additional years of their life if they want to have the same lifestyle that they have while they're working. Now, some people may not want that. And some people may say, geez, if you looked at my budget, you would see that I just don't have any extra. Well, let me just look at what you have in your house. Let me look at what you're spending every month. Let me look at what track your leaks. Are you monitoring? Because if you're not monitoring the money that's coming in and the money that's going out, chances are you're spending on things that bring in you no value. I spend on things. Next week, we're off to Florida. We have a rent-a-car. That rent-a-car is going to be over $400. I think it's probably a little bit more than that. The flights are over that. We're going to be going out to eat. It's a vacation week. And so, yeah, I'm going to be spending a little bit more than I do when I'm at home, as far as bills that are absolutely not necessary. It's not necessary that I get a rent-a-car. We could get around with the bus. We could, but no, I don't want that. And I'm not telling anybody to do that. What I'm telling my loved ones to do is simply save. First, have more than 3% coming out into your retirement. Set up ways that you can monitor your spending. If you don't want to budget exactly how much to spend on groceries, then don't do that. Sometimes I think it's actually better that you spend the way you spend and that you actually put the accounts in and monitor it first, because then you could say, oh crap, I spent $800 on groceries this month. And then it's just so much simpler to, when you're at the grocery store the next month, to say, geez, I'm going to be a little bit more careful. No, I'm not, at the checkout, I'm not going to be picking up and adding that extra item into my cart. Let me go with a list. And do I shop with a grocery list? Not exactly, but I know what I'm going in there for. And do I sometimes add other things into my grocery cart? Yeah, if I do. I'm sure we all do. But I monitor, and if I feel like I'm spending too much in an area that isn't bringing me value, that isn't bringing me such enjoyment, that just felt like it was just a wasteful spending, then yeah, I'm gonna, the next time in the grocery store, like, no, let's just get what we need. I don't need that stuff. I'm not gonna pick up that extra thing, because If I'm not going to get value and enjoyment from it, then I'm not going to do it. And I'd rather be spending my money on vacation or for me, I really like spending my money on more so, less on things and more on experiences. So that's generally the way I tend to spend my money. But it isn't about me and my spending. It's about me and my monitoring when it comes to that. And it should be about you monitoring your spending. And then, yeah, you could put the brakes on certain areas as you're monitoring. You're watching your net worth. Because the other thing that Credit Karma does is if you put everything in the app itself, it's going to tell you your net worth, and you're going to see your net worth grow, and you're going to see your net worth go down. You know, like if you have investments in there, and let's say investments are down for, you know, the week or the month, you're going to see it go down. You'll see, oh, wow, we didn't spend more than we made this month, but the S&P 500 went down, and I have quite a bit in the S&P 500, or if I have quite a bit in bond funds, and bond funds turned and went down because interest rates went up, let's just say, you're going to see those changes in Credit Karma as well. But you're going to know where you stand, and you're not going to be feeling like you have your head in the sand. It's better to know where you stand so you could monitor and fix things. And for me, there is such a freedom to know that I could spend without worry, and I look and I monitor, and it's just like, okay, oops, we're getting close to spending all our money this month. And I can say, okay, for the next few days, I'm going to cut back. I'm going to stay out of the, let's just say, if I'm going to use groceries as an example, I'm not going to go pick up anything else from the grocery store this month. I'm going to use what I have in the house, and then I'll do my groceries next month. Because for me, I want to make sure there isn't a month that unless there's something like outrageous that came up. Like, for instance, this particular month, we have a $1,500 assessment to fix the walls on our exterior of our building. And I had to come up with $1,500. That's not normally in my budget, but so yeah, being a little more careful in other areas of spending, because the car insurance was due this month, which was another, that was $1,100. It's every 6 months. And the taxes, I pay my taxes to get a little bit of a discount for a vacation condo in Florida. The taxes, so I pay them a little bit quarterly. I put myself on like a payment plan, so I get a slight little discount as opposed to just paying it in once a year in November. And so the taxes were due also in September, and got a little bit of a discount on that for this month. So yeah, it's a higher spending month, so I'm gonna really watch. And then the other thing is my husband's no longer earning a paycheck, so he's living on a pension, and the pension isn't exactly the same. As a matter of fact, we're not even 100% sure what his pension is, and find that out later this month. But he's on a pension allowance, which is about half of what he used to take home. So I really have to monitor to make sure, if my goal is to live under our spending under our income for the month. And I like to live under our income. I like to save, so I'm not getting the full percentage of my income. And then live even below that. All right, it's getting pretty up there high. But anyway, I started out talking about how I really do think it's simple to build wealth. And it's about putting processes in place and just don't go with a defeated mindset. Don't say, oh, geez, we're bad with money. You could change that in a heartbeat. It's like you want to wake up early and be an early bird. Set the alarm and wake up early. You want to be good with money? Start monitoring it. Start tracking your spending and your income and your expenses. Start seeing what areas are not bringing you any value or any enjoyment, and maybe cut down on those. Like, everybody harps on Amazon, but if you are or spending too much on Amazon or Sephora or areas in your life that are just not, cut them down. Anyway, this is Regina from Simply Fundamental. Hope you're doing well, and please like and subscribe. I think I'm supposed to say that. It's a little bit against the grain for me to do anything like that, but so that this channel and my content can find its way to other people. And please comment. Please share some of your stories of things you could do. Because I know a lot of people think that they don't have money and that there's no way for them to get ahead. And I really, really want you to question that and look at the money that's coming in and out of your life and be honest with yourself. Is that the full truth? Is that the truth? There might be some truth to it, but it's the whole truth versus the truth itself, or sometimes I like to say, there's the truth and then there's the whole truth. So anyway, again, hope you're doing well, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.